Oh, that was pretty intense. Sorry, guys. Hallo mijn studenten, hoe gaat het? If this is your first time here, my name is Kat and I'm your Dutch teacher. Nice to meet you. After so many requests, we're finally going to talk about the G sound today. I thought the G sound was actually pretty easy, but it turns out I was wrong. A lot of students need extra help with the G sound. These are particularly students from English-speaking countries, from Asian countries such as China, India, Thailand. So in this video, we're going to talk about what types of G's we have in the Netherlands, which G is best for you to adopt and learn, and finally, how to pronounce it. I'm going to give you a few words. I'm going to give you a sentence. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Let's go. Okay, so let's talk about types of G sounds. If you've been in the Netherlands for long enough, you'll probably hear the common Dutch belief system story that in the southern part of the Netherlands we use the soft G sound, the and in the northern part of the Netherlands we use the harsh G sound, the and I'm guessing that's partly true, but you know, people move around, people change their G sound a lot. Kids could be raised by parents where one is from the north and one is from the south and things like that. So it's sort of, in the end, I would say it doesn't really matter that much where you are when it comes to your G sounds. I have found a map when I was doing research for this video, which was very hard to look at. And as you can see on this map, Belgium is included as well. So that's not like the bottom part. So we start in the Netherlands where you see the striped mixed area of the Netherlands. And we call this, the mixed area. In this area, we experience the mixed G. So this area is sort of right up to Nijmegen, as you can see, where I am from. So people in this area usually either have a soft G or a harsh G, or if you're like me, you mix them up. I don't know why. I've always used a combination of the soft G and the harsh G. I'm not sure what the cause is, and it's gotten even worse now that I'm teaching because I tend to lean towards the soft G more because I just think it sounds nicer. But then for some students, I adjust my speaking so that it is more understandable and easier for them. And so in some classes I only use the harsh G, and now it's just a complete mess. Like my G's are all over the place. And there's also a few other areas that are marked on the map. There's Frisia. Just to let you know, Frisia has its own language, so we're not going to look at this. Let's just keep it to soft and harsh G for now. So in the end, doesn't matter which G you use. The answer is no. It really doesn't matter. It's not like you move to Amsterdam or Groningen and you're suddenly like, okay, now I'm gonna have to use the harsh G because otherwise people don't understand me. That's not true at all. People will still understand you. I think when it comes to choosing a G to learn and to adopt in your language, what is more important is which one is easiest for you. Now, this means easiest for you to learn and easiest for you to continually use. For example, what I've noticed with a lot of Russian students, I have an insane amount of Russian students, is if they're using the soft G, it is too easy for them to mix them up with the H. So for example, if you have a sentence, hoe gaat het, meaning how are you, they have a tendency to go, hoe gaat het. So it is easier for them to use the harsh G. So it is easier for them to separate the H and the G sound. For other students, for example, French students, I would recommend adopting the soft G actually, because the harsh G also includes the French R, which is a lot more difficult for the French to separate because they're so used to their R's, right? So I would honestly say, try to learn both, play around with them a little bit and see in the end which one is easiest for you to use. And maybe you want to mix them up like I do. Maybe you'll want to say some words with the soft G, maybe you want to say some words with the harsh G. Like, it really doesn't matter as long as you feel comfortable and you won't mix it up with any other letters. I'd rather have you mix up the soft G and the harsh G than the G and the H or the G and the R, for example. Please just don't do that. Okay, now that we've gone over all of that, let's start by learning this dreaded G. So what we're going to do today is we're going to build on the soft G to explain also the harsh G. So we're going to start with the soft G, and what I think is always the best exercise to do is to create an angry cat sound. Oh, that was pretty intense. Sorry, guys. Okay, so what is happening when you create this cat sound? Do you see this here? What is happening is we're reaching deep and through what is happening is we're reaching deep into our throats and we pull this part up that creates the angry cat sound. Do you see that? So a reason that this is so difficult is because a lot of students have the tendency to sort of click their throat before reaching all the way down. And in that case, you get a K sound or like a G sound. So you go G, G, G. If you see that G, 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 I don't reach as deeply. G is here, it clicks here. And I don't reach all the way here for the G sound. So I don't go. Do you see that difference? So you want to think angry cat, you want to reach all the way into your throat and pull something up here without clicking at all. So once you've done that, we sort of make the G in the end, the Dutch G is a little bit less breathy than the angry cat sound. So it's, but it comes from the same place. Okay, so that's the soft G sound, which is also the building block for the harsh G sound. So with the harsh G sound, what you want to do is you want to basically combine the soft G sound with the French R sound. So you go, so there's much more of a grinding sensation in your throat. If you don't know how to do the French R sound, I have a video on that. Check that out, you'll be fine. So you go here, and that's the harsh G sound. Okay, cool. Now that we're done with that, let's do some words. The first word I'm going to teach you is goed. Goed, meaning good, of course. Goed. With this harsh G sound, it's goed. 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 The next G word I'm going to teach you is geweldig. Geweldig. Geweldig means amazing. Geweldig. With the harsh G sound, it's geweldig. 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 This one is more difficult because there's a G sound at the beginning and one at the end. That, of course, makes it more difficult, especially when it's at the end. A lot of students have a tendency to click before reaching all the way down. So a lot of students would go geweldig, and that is not okay. Not okay, guys. Do it again. The last word I'm going to teach you is gratis. Gratis. Gratis means free. This one is a little bit more difficult because it has a G and the R. So you can either use the French R or the Spanish R. We talked about this in the R video, so please watch that one first if you need to. So you can say gratis or gratis. That's also fine. Now with the harsh G sound, gratis, gratis, gratis. So you see with the harsh G sound, we don't really pronounce the R anymore after if we use the French R like I am doing. If you're using the Spanish R, you would go, sorry, 1 second. If you're using the Spanish R, you would go, okay, hold on. Gratis. Gratis. That would be the harsh G sound and the Spanish R. Both of these I am not very used to. Okay, cool. Now that we're done with the words, let's do a sentence, finish this video so that we can all relax after this. What are you doing after this? Are you gonna have fun? Are you having a good day? I just have a day of work coming up after this, so yeah. So I'm going to read you the sentence twice with the soft G and twice with the harsh G. De grote ganzen hebben groenten gegeten. De grote ganzen hebben groenten gegeten. The big geese ate vegetables. That's the translation. Okay, let's do it with the harsh G. De grote ganzen hebben groenten gegeten. De grote ganzen hebben groenten gegeten. There you go. I hope you got it. I hope that went well for you. I would always recommend to please check your pronunciation with a Dutch speaker or preferably a teacher, but if you can't afford one, that's always very understandable, because pronunciation is one of the, if not the most important thing when you're learning a language, when you're starting to learn a language. Like, it's so important to just get that right from the get-go. So if you want to book a class with me, the link is in the description. If you have any feelings, questions, or existential crises, feel free to leave a comment and I might reply to it, or I might not. Sometimes I get rude comments, so I won't reply to those. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Goed gedaan en tot ziens. Doei doei!